All right, Access team, we are here today. It's kind of a somber day, to tell you the truth. And what it is we are one of our consumers, unfortunately, when we were in the middle of performing an emergency detention, uh, law enforcement arrived on the scene, and unfortunately, that consumer is no longer with us. So, with that happening, we just spent the last hour thinking about what are some things that we can continue to do to get better using the 13 tools. And here's what we've come up with. And we want you to be sure that you really pay close attention to what we're about to share and kind of like what we'll do moving forward. The goal is we're applying the 13 tools and make sure everyone is in the best position to be successful as they can be with emergency detention. So for the next 30 days, we're calling it an emergency detention refresher. There will be 4 individuals in Access that will be designated as the lead for the emergency detention. So what that means is when an emergency detention comes in, one of those 4 people must be the lead. No exceptions. So what does the lead mean? It means that that person that's assigned as the lead sees the emergency detention through all the way to completion. So that means the emergency detention and the consumer are where they need to be to receive the best next level of support. And all the communication that goes with that has taken place, all the documentation, all the details, etc. So the reason that we are starting with just those 4 over the next 30 days is at the end of the 30 days, our goal is for every single staff member be fluent and also doing the same thing. So for the next 30 days, beginning today, which is May 2nd, those people that are the leads or authorized to be the lead on emergency detention are Amber Sebastian, Mary Beth Doherty, Dickie Rollins, and Jordan Miller. And so I'm going to review what we have gone through so far in this document. It may be updated. But if you have questions, please reach out to anyone. And of course, you can always reach out to me too. So that's what's happened the next 30 days. Those are the only 4 people. So when an emergency detention comes in, one of those 4 people is going to be the lead. And we will all know who it is for those emergency detentions. So at any time in the Access Center, we should know how many emergency detentions are going on and who is the lead. The other thing is what your responsibility is for the next 30 days is you are to learn as much as possible for those individuals that are designated the lead. So they will be asking you to do different things related to the emergency detention. And if you have questions, just let them know right then and there so they can walk you through it. So that's very important. That's the number 1 responsibility. If you have any questions, once you're getting directions on what to do next from any of the leads, just ask them right then and there. And so you can get clarification on it. So that is your responsibility. So it's going to include documentation, phone calls, paperwork, communication, communicating with different satellite offices, all those different things. You'll be able to work in partnership with that lead on that emergency detention. So here's something that could pop up. Let's say during a shift, you may have 2 different emergency detentions going on, and you may have 2 different leads. You just may. Unexpected stuff happens. That could easily happen. Well, guess what? You're going to work with those leads on that emergency detention. So expect that to happen and just take the guidance from it. Because we really want to make sure for the emergency detentions moving forward, we do everything we can so we just have one person that's the lead on that. The other thing is we're going to be sharing this plan and training with all clinical staff and all med services staff. So they will know that this is our plan moving forward. And this training starts today, and it's going to be in 2 phases. And we just spent about an hour going over phase 1. So phase 1 is you're required to watch. There's a YouTube video where Mary Beth goes over the legal background associated with emergency detention. So that will be included in the communication that goes out. You're required to review that again, no exceptions. Then the next thing is we have put together a guide that Amber is going to use her wonderful 4 magic qualities to create this guide for everybody to use as we're going through the emergency detentions. And then that's going to help us fill out all the required paperwork. So here are the questions. And the thing is, I'm not going to go over all the questions here, but here's how the questions work. So that's what I would like for you to pay attention to. So the first set of questions, those are just the basics. So those are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after you have those first set of questions, these are the 5 questions that you must ask next, no exceptions. So it's like a script. So we know that every single person is asking these 5 questions, no exceptions. Then once you get the responses, you may actually have enough information to fill out the information needed on the emergency detention paperwork. You may not. Let's say you still don't have the information you need, then we have a whole nother set of 10 additional questions. And you're going to ask them all. Because like if you have to go to the next phase, you're just going to ask every single one of them. You're not going to leave one of them out, and you're going to make sure all that is on the form. So those are the steps. You got the basics, you got the first 5 questions, and then if you still need to go further, you're going to ask all the 10 questions. And you'll be working with your lead on that, so you'll get in the habit. And then the other thing that we're going to be talking through is the actual form itself. So let's say for some reason you started to doze off. You're like, oh man, this is a lot of information. You need to wake yourself back up right now and pay close attention, because really the purpose of this video is to highlight the form and the steps we're going to take with the form. So here is the form. And so you can see the basic questions. We already went over that. So I'm not going to spend any detail on that. When we get to sections 3 and 4, so you've already gone over the questions and you're filling this information in. Once you have that information, as soon as you can, these sections 3 and 4, they are very time sensitive. So if you're getting the sensitivity of what's going on, then you need to reach out to whoever is the on-call provider and get this staff as quickly as possible. But here are the things you need to make sure that you do. When you are reviewing the information with the on-call provider, the only thing you need to do is read exactly what you have spent the time written down. You're going to read it to them 2 times, because you want to make sure that whoever's on the phone, that they clearly hear what you have written down. Section 3 says, and you just read the whole thing, do not leave anything out. So you're going to say the applicant believes that the person named above is dangerous, check to self, or dangerous, check to others. And then you will read it. You are not going to deviate from that script. You're not going to take any shortcuts. You're going to read exactly what's there. And then once you finish it the first time, you're actually just going to start it and you're going to read it all over again. So you're going to read it 2 times. And then after you have done that, then you will wait for the provider's response. And then let's say the provider says, oh, okay, it's approved. You keep moving. But let's say for some reason, the provider denies that the emergency detention. What you will do at that point, you're going to read it to them one more time. If they still deny, then you will give me a call directly. And you'll also let your lead know that you are doing that, but you'll first let me know. And then I will just take it from there. So the reason that we're doing this is we want to make sure we're as quickly as possible, we're getting the accurate written information to the provider so that they can make a decision. And then once that decision is made, if it needs to go to another level, it goes to the level it needs to get to as quickly as possible. So that is the purpose of this video. We want your understanding that you will send in an email. You understand the most urgent sections of the ED are sections 3 and 4. That's one. And then once you get that information, hey, you may still have other stuff that needs to fill out. Just once you get it, call the provider and read exactly what's there. You can fill out the other stuff as needed. But the sooner we get the approval, the better. Or not approval, the better, because then we can decide on what needs to happen next. So if in that process you do have a question, you already will be working with your lead and you can ask your lead questions on it. Just right there, hey, and they can help you, walk you through that. But if for some reason it is denied, then you will just immediately give me a ring and you also let your lead know. But more than anything, you're going to read it 2 times, the whole statement, no deviation of what you have written down. The reason I'm emphasizing that is because you remember the first document we had, and I will show that again for you, just so you know. So you'll remember on this document, we have given you the specific questions that you are asking on every single one. So when you get to your written statement, that written statement at a minimum is going to be based on your answers to those 5 questions. And if that was not enough, then you know the next set of 10 questions to go through. So I just want to make sure you all understand this kind of new refresher and new retraining. And I'm looking forward to just us all continuing to work together. You know, we're one unit. We've got everyone here. You're all doing great work. We're doing the best we can. So we want to make sure everyone is ready and prepared to do the best that they can on every single emergency detention that comes through. And we want you all to feel comfortable doing it. So those 4 people, I have 100% confidence that they feel comfortable in doing it. And we want to get every single person to that level. So the 30 days starts today. And the thing, just so you just see how much we appreciate you. I'm going to have every single one of these people that's on the Zoom come up and just say a little spiel on how much they appreciate access. And we're going to start with Mary Beth. Come on up here, Mary Beth. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say.
You got to go there, though.
Oh,
so
okay.
they, yeah, you can't do it over there.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I got to step back.
Yeah, you're good. Good.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I just want to say a special thanks to all the staff that work in the access department. Let's start with the access specialists. Those are frontline people who are answering that phone, greeting clients. And then we go to the RNs and the therapists who are gathering that crucial clinical information and reviewing it with the doctors and nurse practitioners. So we are here to support you in every way possible. We are available 24 hours a day. Just call us. Thanks so much.
All right, Amber.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say I appreciate our whole entire team. We have a really good team right now. I appreciate all of you always stepping up whenever we need a little extra coverage and access. All of the good attitudes that we always have with all of our staff and the constant positivity. Just reach out if you ever need anything. We're here for you at all times, and we really appreciate everything you guys are all doing. Thank you.
And then before Dickie Rollins, Jordan is on his way here, and I'm sure he has the same exact sentiments. He's just, we got a meeting coming. Just want to say.
Hey, Access team. I just want to give us some words of encouragement, you know, and just remind us of what the job is that we do and how vital it is and how crucial it is we are to our consumers. You know, they're coming into our center at their weakest moments, you know, so just remember how crucial and important your job is, and just continue to put our consumers first.
So that's what we have for today. I know we wish that the setting was different, but we're going to work through it all together as a team. And again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to any of the leads, and we'll just keep working through it. And we appreciate everything you do. So make sure you watch this video, make sure you respond as asked, and we will see you all later. Bye.